So today we are doing an interview.
He's doing an online interview.
So today we're doing an interview with Vickram, and Vickram it was a pleasure hearing you today at the PC, and
it was a pleasure seeing you come to this meeting.
I wouldn't miss it for the world. So Vickram, tell me about yourself a little bit. You know, we know the face and we know your brain, but we don't know the background where it actually evolved from. So where were you born?
I was born in Gorakhpur in India.
Which province is that?
That's in what used to be called the United Provinces. Now it's called Uttar Pradesh.
Okay.
And I'm not sure, but it might be in Uttaranchal now.
Okay.
As lines keep getting redrawn, you know. So now we really know that lines are only drawn in the sand.
Okay. And this was in when? When were you? What's your date of birth?
1951.
And
so
when can we send you a present?
I'm getting younger and younger day by day.
So when can we send you a present?
Why do you have to have such details on that?
Okay, it's up to you. I mean, we're just asking. So other people
mind you,
can
they're online
start.
anyway. If they start Googling me, they'll find out the answer. That's the truth about the world.
So if you want to find out when he was born, go to google.com.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. So where were you with? I mean, which companies? I mean, how did you start into IT?
It's an interesting question because my engineering degree is actually in textiles. But then I did a management degree after that, and so I got involved with just ordinary routine kind of business. I started doing a sort of traditional kind of corporate life, but I didn't really take to that for reasons which I'm sure my friends find very obvious these days.
So was it like a sales job at a textile?
It was an export job, yeah. No, it was nothing to do with textiles. I'd left textiles by then. And the scene in India was already very bad for textiles then, and that was my view.
That was
1977.
77.
Yeah, so my first job was in exports, and one of the very first exposures I got in the job is I got seconded to another company which was a subsidiary of my, my employer, which was actually a power chip manufacturer. So I must say that was a wonderful experience, although working there was a very bad experience, but a wonderful experience in learning about yield, in learning about how electronics moves. Really, it was fascinating because we were in touch with some major companies around the world. It was really a learning experience to understand how this stuff works. And of course, nowadays, silicon manufacturing has gone very, very far from those days. But we were working with absolute raw stuff. We would get the silicon wafers and we would slice them, and we would inscribe them, and we would, attach them to the substrate, and quite amazing stuff, putting them into hermetically sealed containers, the standard TO5 containers, the TO5, TO3, and all this stuff of the old days of our processors, Very interesting, very, very interesting, and taught me insights about chip pricing, which you really have to be into, I think, to understand how this sort of stuff works in the global market. So, very fascinating.
And that led you
to go into design.
Of chips?
No. I have never been that high funder in my life. No. I went into product design. Okay, and I survived on product. No, all kinds of things. No, product design. Just product design. Not fashion design, anything else. Product design. Industrial design. And
like factories or machines for developing chapati or what?
Well, yeah, like that. Okay, so I did a lot of interesting things. I did many projects which you'll find on my website.
Name best three of your...
Commercially most successful was a sales push device for Colgate. They wanted a cheap accessory which they could keep in pan ki dukaan, literally to sell toothbrushes. They needed a stand for the toothbrushes. Okay,
right.
And they needed this thing which had a stand. Believe me, this stand had no purpose at all other than holding toothbrushes. Okay, It could not be used for anything else. So if people wanted it, it was because they wanted this stand just for the purpose of using toothbrushes.
And it was the most commercial product.
It was the most commercial. It took off like wildfire. Colgate had expected to place it only in a few high-end shops. They found themselves putting it in every shop because there was so much pressure from the retailers. Humko bhi dena. I also want that. It was like compact and neat, etc. So it was a very nice experience.
Plastic design.
Plastic design. And yeah,
and which was the one which you liked most? It doesn't matter if it was commercially successful or not. Innovative, and you really put an effort on it, but actually...
No, I had to put a lot of effort into that. I had to put a lot of effort in that, designing it and making it and producing it and all that.
So you produced it for them?
Yeah, I produced it for them. So that was a lot of effort.
And what about the most interesting design which you made? For example, this one was not, I mean, it was interesting.
I think the most interesting design I did, which was not actually used at all, was basically a text to print management